What is going on, guys? I can't really do this a lot. I've been going to the gym the last couple of days. Figure I need to kind of start working out, but that's not important. That's not why you guys clicked on this video. Uh, this is going to be probably a short video. It's been a while since I've done a live stream, and I wanted to do a live stream about this topic because it's something that I have a lot to say about, or a lot of thoughts going through my head about this topic. For those of you who don't know what has happened, Star Wars is contradicting themselves once again. Lucasfilm, round of applause for the idiocy that is happening in Lucasfilm and this weird contradiction. So, the time that the Rise of Skywalker came out, now I'm also wearing my Rise of Skywalker shirt for this occasion because I'm talking about, well, something from the Rise of Skywalker. Now, before I start, let me kind of put this out there. I'm not going to be talking about the Rise of Skywalker and having my opinion on the Rise of Skywalker. You guys know what my opinion is. If you're new to my channel and you're kind of watching this for the first time, I have a bunch of, I think, two reviews of Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, and also I've talked about it in like other videos. So you can find my actual thoughts on the movie. And I'm not going to talk about the movie. I'm not going to talk about the way I feel about the movie. I'm going to be talking about this contradiction from Lucasfilm and the way that they are going about basically disserving the entire Star Wars fandom and the entire Star Wars community. So the time that Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker came out, and the time that the trailers had come out, we knew Emperor Palpatine was going to be in this film. We didn't know the type of way that he was going to be introduced. We didn't know how he survived, how he came back. And the movie isn't very clear. It never gives you a defining perspective or moment to how Emperor Palpatine came back. He just did. He did. And then this visual guide came out for episode 9 around the same time as the release of the film. Now, I do not have the visual guide. I do understand certain aspects that are in the visual guide, but I have not actually read the visual guide. But I'm going to give you basically what I know about Emperor Palpatine's return from the visual guide. Now, the visual guide said that Emperor Palpatine was the actual Emperor Palpatine. It was Sheev Palpatine that somehow was saved by this occult, this Sith, the Sith Eternals they call them, which it's stupid, but whatever. These Sith Eternals, they save him. They procure him. Is that a word? Or what's the word? They restore him. How about that? They restore him by science and by will. Also, because of how powerful Palpatine was, he was able to stay alive. Now, his body was essentially fragile and he was very weak, but again, he was so powerful because of the type of Sith Lord that Palpatine was. And so I understood that. I don't agree with that. I'm like, okay, it's stupid, but okay, you made your point. That is the defining instance of where Palpatine came from to be in episode 9. I want to say thank you, J.J. Abrams, for not defining or being clear about really anything in The Rise of Skywalker. And it's just, oh, let's just for the sake throw this in with no context, but whatever. So then, over the weekend, the new Rise of Skywalker novelization, certain aspects of it leaked out there online. And apparently, what the visual guide says is completely wrong. Now, this novelization is saying that Palpatine was back because he was a clone. So it wasn't the actual Palpatine, but the spirit of Palpatine lived within this clone body. And now if you're watching this, you could be saying this is super pity. You're a nerd, and I get it. I am. This is a very small pity nerd thing to be upset about and to rant about. And here's the thing, I don't really necessarily care as much about this topic, this matter. It's more about Lucasfilm as a whole because this company, what are they doing? Essentially, what are they doing? They must really think that fans are idiots and that number one, the movies, because most fans, most fandom, 97% of Star Wars fans only watch the movies, only watch just the movies. They don't watch they don't watch Star Wars Rebels, they don't watch Clone Wars. They do watch Mandalorian. I'm not going to say that they don't, but I would say 97% of your audience only watches the movies, okay? And these are even big Star Wars fans, not just the casual Star Wars fans. These are the ones who are really invested into these stories, into this galaxy, into this universe that you've created. Now, in the movie, you're not very clear about how all this is possible. You're just trying to basically suspend this feeling of confusion with this feeling of overall joy and satisfaction by making your scenes better and better and better and bigger and bigger and bigger, which, you know, granted, I don't like The Rise of Skywalker. To me, it's the worst film of this new trilogy. And if you disagree with me, I understand that. We can all have our own opinions, and that's a subjectivity of film. You know, if it's your favorite, you know, I'm not going to sit there and diss it. I'm not going to diss you. I'm not going to say you're not a real fan, nothing like that, because that's just stupid. But I don't like the movie. I'm not a fan of the movie. I don't like it. I think it's a big step backwards for Star Wars. It's very confusing. They basically throw away a lot of the plot thread that was being interwoven from not just episode 8, but also episode 7. And there's a lot of issues with the film. But Lucasfilm, think about this, okay? Think about this. Why does Marvel do such a good job? Essentially, you're under the same umbrella, which is Disney. And Marvel does something amazing. They make these films have continuity. They make sense. They kind of follow one another. Why is that? Because they have a freaking plan, okay? They have a plan. This obviously shows Lucasfilm has no idea what they're doing. Kathleen Kennedy should not be in charge. I'm sorry. I have been a big supporter of Kathleen Kennedy. I've tried being a huge supporter of her, but clearly she has no idea what she's doing. She doesn't care about the fans. She doesn't care about Star Wars lore. And essentially, Kathleen Kennedy is contradicting what they put out there as facts. Like, and to me, it's just appalling. It's so disgusting the way that you treat this beloved franchise, one of the biggest, and I would even say the biggest franchise on the face of the earth. You're treating it like garbage. That's essentially what you're doing. You're turning people off of this franchise because essentially you think that they're idiots and they're stupid. And they don't need to know why. They don't need to know the ins and outs of everything. Sure, you don't need to spoon feed the audience. But when it comes to Star Wars and when it comes to logic, yeah, you do. Because guess what? This isn't just a movie that is, you know, just an independent film that comes out of nowhere where it's like the filmmaker's trying to be artistic and they're trying to have a lot of symbolism and a lot of meaning behind certain scenes. It's not that at all. This is Star Wars, okay? This is something that has been a consistent franchise for 40 years. 40 freaking years. And clearly you don't understand that. Clearly to you, this is some type of independent film project where any director can come in or any author, anybody can say whatever they want to say about Star Wars and be like, that's canon. That's what I think. That's how it's going to be. And it's ridiculous to me. This is so stupid. The fact that literally they have to contradict their own thoughts or basically their own facts about who Palpatine was in episode 9, why it made sense for him to be in the film and essentially how he survived. It is ridiculous to me. And anybody who thinks that it's okay, I just have to ask you, like, do you understand the situation? Do you understand how this is a problem? I'm not questioning your sanity. I'm not questioning, you know, your intelligence. I'm not questioning any of that. I just want to ask you, if you really are somebody who really thinks that this is okay to just contradict your audience and lie to your audience and make them confused, then I got to ask you, I mean, do you understand the context of the situation? Do you understand that this isn't, Hereditary? This isn't an independent film that just has come out of nowhere that can literally be whatever it wants to be and that can, hide stuff from the audience. Because, yeah, great filmmaking is not spoon feeding your audience. I get it. I'm not saying they have to do that. But when it's a big thing like this with a character we saw die, because guess what? There's been 8 other films within the Skywalker saga. This character died. He died. And he came back and you give no explanation. It's like, well, okay. So anything's possible then. So anything's possible because you clearly do not care to give us context. And I don't just blame Kathleen Kennedy. I blame J.J. Abrams. I blame Chris Terrio. I blame the 2 guys responsible for writing the script. Clearly, these guys had no idea what they were doing. Clearly, they just wanted to make a movie that felt like Avengers Endgame for the Star Wars fans. And I'm not okay with it. I'm not. I'm not okay with this idea of, oh, let's just, put in this character who died, who shouldn't be back, which kind of kills the entire redemption arc of Darth Vader, my favorite character in movie history. And it's just like you're kind of crapping on Vader. You're crapping on Vader. You're crapping on Luke. So it's like everything they fought for was for nothing. That's what you're telling me? And then you don't even have the audacity to tell us why this makes sense, how this character is back. And then the crazy thing is the 2 things that tell us how he's back contradict one another. They completely say 2 different things. It makes 0 sense to me. It makes 0 sense to me. Is it just free reins in terms of novelization? Is it just like, oh, movies, I'm Kathleen Kennedy. Oh, movies, movies, we're going to be very protective, but we're going to give you free reign. There's no plan. There's no structure. But, if you're a director and I don't like certain aspects of what you're trying to do, or I don't like certain elements of creativity or doing something different, well, then, you're gone. I don't really care. I'm not going to sit there and put up with it. Oh, my job as a producer, as the head of Lucasfilm, is to work really well with directors? Oh, well, I don't care. And, oh, but you're making novels? Yeah, you can have free reign. I don't care what you do. Oh, but so the visual guide, Kathleen, it said that essentially Palpatine, survived because of these Sith Eternals that restored him back using science and using kind of essentially the will or the Force in a way. Yeah, we're going to change that for our novelization. Is that okay? Like, can we just make it? Can we just contradict it and say, well, he was a clone? Is that okay, Kathleen? Yeah, that's fine. I don't care. That's how it feels. And it's just like, what do we do as an audience? What do we do as fans? We just sit there and we're like, oh, so what's right then? The visual guidebook or the novelization? What's right? Is this a film that takes place in 2 alternative universe, like 2 alternate universes? Do I choose this one or do I choose that one? Oh, is it like it's subjective to the way I feel? So I can think this and someone else can think that, and we'll continue to be at argument with continue to be rivals about it. It's stupid. It's stupid. This is how you divide the audience. Okay. This is exactly how you divide the audience, is by doing stupid things like this, not understanding how to run essentially a company, and really not giving a crap about your audience. You're just spitting on your audience. You're just like, yeah, I don't care. Because guess what? This is how I feel as a Star Wars fan. This is how I feel about Lucasfilm and how they feel about me. Essentially, this is Lucasfilm. They're like, Nick over there, yeah, he's a Star Wars fan, big Star Wars fan. It's his all-time favorite series, favorite movies. He grew up with Star Wars. It meant so much to him. It's so powerful, and it just resonates a message that is everlasting, and it's going to, kind of almost shape him into a certain type of person. Um, it's a compelling story, but screw him. He's stupid. He's a stupid Star Wars fan because guess what? They know they have my money. And that's a sad thing. They know that they have people's money, so it doesn't matter. They're like, oh, we have devoted fans. It doesn't matter what we give them. We could give them a Jar Jar Binks movie, and we know that we'll make $1 billion probably because Star Wars fans apparently are stupid, and that's how I feel. That's really how I feel. And even though they're not coming out and saying that, that's how I feel as a fan. Essentially, they're saying you're an idiot, you're stupid, and you don't need to know. You can be confused because I don't give a crap about you. Essentially, I just care about your money because I know I'll get it. And it's just dumb. It's dumb to me. I I know I'm ranting about something so stupid and petty and little, when there's actual real problems in the world with like the coronavirus and stuff like that. Like and for me to make this a big issue, it's really petty and just really dumb. And I don't really want to talk about it that much anymore. Um, yeah, I want more. I want to feel like they truly respect me as a fan. I've been a fan of this series my entire life. That's never going to change. It's never going to stop. But and I can forgive them when they make movies like The Rise of Skywalker that I don't like personally, or Solo, which I like. I guess. I mean, it's okay. I can forgive them for that, but I can't forgive them for this. This is just stupid, idiotic. I don't even want to call them mistakes. They're just absolutely out of their element. They're out of touch with fandom, and they're out of touch with the way that canon works. I mean, they don't understand canon essentially because you have two different pieces of canon apparently that negate one another. It's just really dumb, and it's really dumb. I don't even really want to talk about this topic anymore. I just really want to make this quick video, guys. It's been a while since I've done a live stream. Excuse me. Um, I've been busy with school. This is my final semester, so I'm graduating next month. Hopefully, Hopefully, I pass all my classes. I think I'll be okay. But I'm graduating, and we're moving to Utah, which is going to be a lot of fun. We're looking forward to that next chapter. But so it's going to be, you have a month left of looking at, this terrible background, guys. In a month, I will be moving to a new apartment, and I will actually. We're looking at places that are bigger, has more room, so I can actually dedicate a room to making videos, my video room, I guess, or my recording room. So I'm looking forward to that. I'll keep you guys updated and posted on all of that stuff. Um, and essentially, I just want to make this video talking about Star Wars, talking about this because I've had a lot of thoughts running through my brain over the last couple of days about this, and I just figured, I got to sit down and make a video and just kind of vent out my frustrations with Lucasfilm and some of the idiotic things that they're doing over in that in that studio. I just don't understand it. It's it's a mystery. I don't know. Maybe they're just kind of trolling the audience. I have no idea. But anyway, guys, let me know your guys' thoughts about this issue. Am I making a big deal out of this? I know I am. But you guys can be real with me down below in the comment section. How do you feel about this? Is this really that big of a deal? Do you see this, dividing the audiences? Do you see this kind of being confusing? Whatever you guys think, let me know in the comment section below. Also, make sure you guys drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. It really means a lot and it shows your support. Subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. I will be having tomorrow. I'm hoping tomorrow at least. Wednesdays are usually my busiest days with homework, and I have a film lab on Wednesday, which usually lasts about around 2 hours. We're watching Chariots of Fire. Actually, let me check how long Chariots of Fire is in real time. I'm gonna look this up. Running time. Let's see. It is 2 hours and 5 minutes. I've never seen this movie, but I'm kind of looking forward to it. I've always wanted to watch it. But yeah, it's usually like 2 hours, and then I have a lot of homework on Wednesday nights. But I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I'll be able to upload my review of Cold War from 2018. Fantastic foreign film, and I'm really excited to kind of share with you guys my thoughts on that movie and kind of do more foreign film reviews. I'm really trying to get more into that, and trying to do a different series on my channel that is going to be very universal, and it's going to show a lot more support for movies outside of the United States because, I understand that that's what I pretty much see, every single week, and it's time for me to kind of diversify and to look at movies outside of just the United States because there's some amazing masterpieces out there. Um, and I have Parasite to thank for that because Parasite really got me on board for foreign cinema. Because Parasite is not only my favorite film of 2019, but it's one of my favorite films of all time. Actually, it's number 20. Well, technically, after like the first two, I don't really have I don't really have like a number 20 or number 18, whatever. I don't do that type of thing. It's one of my favorite films of all time. And then I also will have a review for Casino Royale that'll be out sometime this weekend. As I'm trying to watch all the Daniel Craig Bond movies. I'm not going to watch all the Bond movies. I just don't have that time to dedicate myself to doing that. But I will be watching all the Daniel Craig Bond movies and reviewing all of them. And so I'm looking forward to that. And then also, I will have a review for The Way Back, the new Ben Affleck basketball drama film that I'm really actually looking forward to. The movie looks really good, and I'm just hoping that it can deliver. So there's going to be quite a bit of content for the rest of the week, and it's looking very promising. And yeah, guys, so make sure you hit that subscribe button down below if you don't want to miss any of this. And also turn that notification bell on so you can be updated when those videos go up on my channel. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get a drink. I'm going to relax because I've been working out and my muscles are really sore right now. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching. And as always, I'll see you guys in my next video. Goodbye. Also, by the way, sorry, Numanoid, I did see your messages. I hope you have a great night. And school is very important, so make sure you get that rest. Anyway, guys, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.